Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by One Equine for the equine athlete. And what a night we've got ahead of us on Saturday night. 10 races. We start at 5:42. The best in the business. He returns to racing. Leap to fame. He hasn't started since winning the Miracle Mile in Sydney at Menangle. He had a trial last week from the stand start, breezed through that trial. Now he returns to racing this Saturday night, and it's nice and early as well, so everyone can tune in and see this absolute beast in action. He's got a little bit of a tricky draw though, the inside of the second row, and it's only over the mile. He's won his last 11 starts. The last time he was beaten, 12 starts ago, he drew this same gate at this same trip in the Be Good Johnny Sprint, finishing fourth behind Future Assured. So will this draw beat him again? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Saturday night, race 2, Leap to Fame. It's a cracking program, plenty of depth right throughout the card, so we're really looking forward to it. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I'm going to speak with Narissa McMullen and Scott Hewitt. Narissa McMullen now joins us to go through her runners on Saturday night, and she slides into the hot seat as we speak. Narissa, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Let's start with this cracking free-for-all, which is race 2. This is your first drive on the weekend. Black Sedans. You're no stranger to Black Sedans. I think it's, at least 4 or 5 times you've sat behind this big horse in races?
Yeah, I'd say so. I love him, so pretty excited to get the drive behind him.
Well, the good thing too, just looking back, the last time you did sit behind him, you combined for a victory, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what do you make of this race? Leap to Fame, the champ, he's in action first up, but he's drawn the inside of the second row. The last time he drew this gate at this trip, he got beaten. That was in the Be Good Johnny Sprint last year. So it's not going to be easy for Leap to Fame, is it?
No, it's not going to be easy for him, but he's a champion, so I'm sure he can overcome it.
All right. What do you make of Black Sedans? What have you made of his 2 trials?
He's had a few trials to prepare, and I think he's probably improved each time. He's sort of a pretty casual sort of horse, so I think he's going to even improve a little bit more race day, and yeah, just a tricky draw.
Okay, what do you make of that speed drawn to your inside? It looks a really fast front line.
Yeah, definitely. Plenty of speed to the inside, so that's just going to make things hard for us. I guess we just got to see what everyone around us is doing.
Okay. Does he have to be up on the speed? Do you think he's capable of, coming off a really good tempo and being a threat late?
I think he is better up on the speed, but in saying that, he has run some good races from behind with strong tempo, so there looks to be plenty of speed on, so that's probably going to be the only thing in our favour.
Okay. What was your early thought? Who did you think would be the early leader in this race?
Artie's Flash is super quick. I think he can probably get across and then has the options from there. Yeah, there's a few others out wide. Deus Ex is pretty quick out. Yeah, there's going to be plenty of speed on.
All right. If I ask you, what do you think Grant Dixon's going to do? What do you think he will do? Do you think he'll try and get off straight away? Do you think he just pulls back at the start? Can he come around an entire field at a mile when they're going to be running time? What do you think he does from that draw?
Not 100% sure, but Grant always seems to pull the right rein, so I think he'll overcome the draw.
Okay. Whatever he does, though, Black Sedans on Saturday night, keep following?
Yeah, I think he'll just continue to improve.
All right. That's a cracking free-for-all race 2. Let's move across to race 3. This is a good race as well. Good money up for grabs, so always strong races. This is the Band 5. Last time, Joe. He's flying, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Just every start he goes out and does his best and always hits the line really good.
Is this potentially a sticky draw for him, though, Gate 3, given that those 2 horses to your inside can sort of run the arm a little bit?
Yeah, I think 3 is probably the worst draw for him. I'd probably just rather draw wide than draw 3 because he just lacks gate speed.
Okay, so where do you see yourself early here with Last Time, Joe?
I'd love to say we can go forward and get to the running line, but he usually just takes himself back off the gate, so we're probably going to end up a fair way back and have to do a fair bit late to get into it.
All right, so you think you will be in the second half of the field on settling down?
I'd say so.
All right. If you get the right horse to follow over the latter part, can he still be a threat?
Yeah, definitely. He just always steps up to the challenge and always hits the line super.
Okay. you're guaranteed a good tempo in this race. Pete's driving Always Smoke, and you know Always Smoke, and he's one of those horses that can roll along at a good clip, and there's a number of other talented types. So at least you're going to be guaranteed a good tempo.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that's Last Time Joe. Let's go across to race 5. Aphrodite, last time we spoke, you gave her a little bit of a push. Has she just not come up this campaign?
She's probably not quite back to her best yet, but in saying that, she took a bit of racing when she first came to Queensland to sort of get to her best, so I think she'll just continue to improve, and last start she wasn't too bad. She hit the line okay. She's got a good draw, so that's going to be a help.
Okay. Is this probably a bridge too far to go with Aphrodite? Like, this is the Mares Open. There's a number of fit in-form mares here.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong race, and I probably, I'm going to get crossed early, so we could end up shuffled back a little bit, but at least she'll get a good soft trip, and hopefully she just finishes off well.
Does 2,138 metres help?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue for her.
Okay, well, that's Aphrodite there in race 5. Let's go across to Madrigal in race number 8. This is the Mares Band 5 pace. She was able to score last week. It was only a nose margin. Were you confident that she lasted?
No, I wasn't. I thought I got beat on the line, but she still went okay. She's probably not really a leader. She's better with a sit, so the bad draw this week might actually help her.
Okay. Gate 10, not ideal, as you said, but maybe it's a good thing for her. Again, looks like there's going to be good tempo, so it's all about finding the right horse to follow late here.
Yeah, I think she's just going to need a good trip, but I think she can go okay.
All right. Does she still give the impression that she's still a little on the big side, so the more racing she encounters, the better?
Yeah, definitely. She's probably the biggest she's ever been, so I think she will just keep on improving.
Okay, well, that's Madrigal in race 8. Race 9, this is the Trotters Mobile. My Ultimate Eddie. Do you just cross your fingers and toes here at the start that he can get away safely?
Yeah, that's it. He's usually all right from the mobile, but he gets out a bit, so one's probably not ideal. Probably just got to try and get him out as good as we can while being mindful to keep him trotting. Just see where we end up, but he was really good on Tuesday, felt really sharp, so I think he can run a good race if he gets the right trip.
Okay, the fact that he is on that backup and performing really well, is that a good thing for his confidence going into this race?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it's a cracking lineup, this race, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, that's My Ultimate Eddie. What about this last race? This is the 3-year-old pace. We're over the mile. Cosmic Flyer. There's some good raps on this guy. This is going to be his 4th run back on Saturday night. He draws gate 1. Can he be a threat here?
I think he can be thereabouts. I had my first drive on him last start, and I thought he was really good. Probably still on the way up, but the gate definitely helps him here.
Okay. What sort of feel did he give you for the first time sitting behind him last time out?
Yeah, he was really good. He ran through the line really well. Just took a little bit to sort of wind up, but yeah, like I said, I think he's sort of still improving every start too.
How much early pressure do you expect there from Barrier 1 with those outside horses?
Yeah, there looks to be some good speed out wide. Yeah, we just probably got to pick the right one to sit behind and get a good trip.
All right, so ideally leaders back, worst case 3 fence. Still not a bad spot though.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, well, there are all your drives on Saturday night. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Most looking forward to Black Sedance, even though it's going to be a big ask first up.
Okay, race 2, number 6 in the free-for-all. Hey, Narissa, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
Scotty Hewitt's arrived back in Brisbane. It's normally this time of year that we see Scott Hewitt arrive, and he's arrived with a good team of horses, and several are stepping out on Saturday night, and he slides into the hot seat now. Scotty, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris. Thanks for having me, mate.
How many have you brought north this time?
We've got 12 with us this year. We brought a similar bunch numbers-wise last year, and we thought we'd try and do it again if we could.
All right, you've got 3 runners on Saturday night. You start in the opening race with Raging Sea. Obviously not the best barrier draw to start with, but how do you sort of line up his form against the locals here?
He has been at Menangle his last few runs, and although they haven't been in top grade, I still think, if he drew the right gate, well, he'd be competitive, but it's obviously going to make things pretty tough from out there, but in saying that, he still is going quite well. It's just going to make it pretty tough from the 7 gate.
All right, you look at his overall record, it's more than okay. He's won 10 from 49, about 75,000 in the bank, and he's got a PB of 51.1, so he can obviously go a bit, this horse.
Yeah, when he's 100%, which I'm quite confident he is this prep, he can run, and the distance doesn't seem to worry him. Although his quickest time is over the mile, he does like the middle distance. So, if it's genuinely run and he can get some sort of a card into it, well, I can't see why he can't be thereabouts.
Okay, and whatever he does on Saturday night, there's obviously going to be more to come. So hopefully a few more better barrier draws, and he could easily be in the winner's circle here at the Creek.
Yeah, well, I sort of thought about Christmas time last year, I thought he'd be a nice horse to bring up here. He's got a pretty good record, and I thought he could do a job, obviously, with the right gates and a bit of luck in running. I thought he'd do quite a job up here.
All right, let's go across to race 7. This is the mare's qualifying pace. Alabama Lioness. Interesting runner here. Her overall record looks more than okay. How do you sort of grade this mare?
She's a mare that's, taken a fair while to mature. She didn't do a lot of early racing, but this year she's really come on. I think she's just going to keep getting better the older she gets, but this season I couldn't be more happy with her. She's strung a couple together there, and then one recently at Canberra when Will drove her, and one of them mares that I think the more racing she does, the better she'll get. But same again, it's not an ideal draw. She likes to be a bit able to lead and probably take a sit on something, but it's going to make it a bit hard from there. And a classy mare drawn in 7 with I Keep Smiling, it's going to be very hard to beat. But
yeah, she certainly looks the testing material. I Keep Smiling. But just with your mare, does she have good gate speed?
Yeah, she can get off quite well. She's still learning about it, but she does get off quite well. One of them ones, she likes to run the gate and either lead if conditions suit or take a trail, and she's won a couple up the sprint lane in the last half a dozen starts. So I think if she can find the right race and the right draw, she should be in the winner's circle pretty soon.
Okay, well, that's Alabama Lioness, and you've got Zenzina in race 8. We know this mare well. She's a multiple Albion Park winner. Is she your favourite? Is she a stable favourite?
Yeah, she's done a really good job this season. She's hardly missed a check, and I think she's just the mare that's got better with each season of racing, and I think last year really brought her on, and starting to see the benefits of that this year. She's got a lot stronger, and the way she's racing at the moment, I couldn't be more happy with her.
All right, is this a good barrier draw, 2 off the second row?
It is a pretty good draw for her. She has got gate speed, and you can use her, but ideally she's probably just better with the trail, and if she can just not do too much work early, she's always got a pretty strong finish in her, which we've seen the last half a dozen starts or more now.
She just seems like she's getting better each and every season. Every time you bring her back, she's just so consistent.
Yeah, well, her last few runs at Menangle have been really good, and she's ran quite a few good miles now, and although she's not winning, her last halves have just been super every week, and I think she's just full of confidence too, which helps.
All right, so the 3 runners for Saturday night, which one are you most looking forward to?
I'd probably have to say Zenzina. She's at the peak of her performance at the moment. Racing full of confidence, and probably a more suitable draw than the other 2, I'd say.
Excellent. Race 8, number 9, Zenzina. So you've brought up a dozen. You're down at the Tweed? Yeah,
down at the Tweed. We've got quite a few of us there, Phoebe and Graham, and myself and Grant Picker, John Bazzario. So we're all having a fair bit of fun down there, and the weather's great, so no complaints yet.
All right, excellent stuff. Now, one final question. Are you starting to campaign? Is there any chance that you might get the drive on Extreme C?
I think I'm down the line there a bit. Obviously Brad's got captain's knock there in his camp, and I'd really like to see Dad stick with him. He's done all the hard work with him, and although he's probably not doing as much driving as he used to, he knows him better than anyone. So I'd really like to see him stick on him.
Yeah, incredible talent though, isn't he?
He's freakish what he can do at the moment. It's just he's one of them horses. You really don't know where the bottom of him is. You just hope that each time they step out, they do it right, and everything stays together with them.
All right, well, fingers crossed there. Great to have you in Brisbane again. Looking forward to seeing you trackside Saturday night.
No worries, Chris. Thanks for having us, mate, and we'll see how we go.
A big thanks to our two drivers, Narissa McMullen and Scotty Hewitt. We wish them all the very best of luck on Saturday night. Now, looking for a good thing. I think we can go early here, and we're not going to go with one of the obvious ones. For Real Life's going to be short. Leap to Fame's a clear choice, and we've got that mare of Luke McCarthy's I Keep Smiling, who's going to start very short. But I like the way Free Thinker's return. This is a nice 4-year-old, and he's got a perfect draw here behind the likely leader, in my opinion, and Always Smoking. So race 3, number 8, Free Thinker, marking him as the best bet on the card. 10 races in front of us on Saturday night. If you are gambling, please do so responsibly. But I'm looking forward to seeing everyone back at the creek to cheer on Larry. Leap to Fame, he goes around in race 2. But our action starts at 5:45. We'll see you trackside.